Hello and welcome everyone! Today we have another game from reddit.com/r/castit. This was a game submitted by our Terran player here in the 6 o'clock position, and his name is wOrm. And in the top right, about 2 o'clock position I would say, we have our Protoss player, Apt. Clan Teak or something like that, Apt. Okay, map is merry-go-round, I think. You know, the 3-player map. You have here in the 2 o'clock position, in the 6 o'clock, and one in the 10 o'clock position. Quite interesting map. It's quite hard to secure a third base on this map because as our Terran player here, he has got his natural down here, of course, but then his third is very out in the open here. As you can see, a lot of area for the Protoss player to come in, or he is forced to expand even closer to the Protoss player, which of course is something you do not want to do. The Protoss player though has got a bit more options. He can always expand away a bit easier than the Terran player can, and if he secures this expansion, it's just further away from the Terran player. So, you know, a bit of an upper hand for the Protoss player right now if they were to go into a macro game. Apt right now scouting out, and yeah, this game I want to give some feedback to the Terran player, of course, wOrm, as he was the one who submitted this game. Looks like he's going to go for a Reaper opening, by the way, which is, I like Reaper openings, they're a lot of fun. Of course you can go for the 1-racks command center, of course, but Reaper openings, you know, they've become standard since Polt used them a whole lot with a lot of success. More and more use them nowadays. There we see the Reaper. I think there was a 12 gas, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I am not a Terran player myself. Apt scouting out the wrong base, and now he knows exactly where the Terran player wOrm is. wOrm's Reapers come out pretty soon, but this isn't a great map for Reapers. If we look at the Protoss base up here, you cannot jump up here with a Reaper, as it is a double cliff. You have to go around here and up either here or here. Not the greatest of Reaper maps, but you can make it happen, of course. Now you see the Reaper moving out, probably gonna get this probe. 2.81 movement speed on the probe and 3.84 on the 3.75. God damn it! I was quite sure that was 3.84. Okay, 3.75 movement speed on the Reaper. Expansion going down from wOrm, good timing. Reactor should be coming up, and it is a second barracks as well. It's looking good, pretty standard here from wOrm. Stalker popping out from Apt as well, so this Reaper is gonna get pushed out of here. He might get a probe, yes, he's gonna get a probe. Nope, no focus fire. There he's gonna go for the probe, but he's gonna lose the Reaper as well. No, boop. I don't agree with that choice, unfortunately. Should have kept the Reaper alive, try to regenerate and go for some more scouting there, wOrm. Because how much did you see, really? wOrm, oh no, we don't want to stay on a play camera. Here's what wOrm saw. Not a whole lot. He saw 1 gas. I don't know if he checked how much gas had been mined, but he might have done that. But he didn't see any tech. He didn't see cybercore or, you know, the second geyser at all. So keep the Reaper alive for as long as you can instead of trying to get probes. That is my tip. See a robo coming down now from Teak, Apt, and they're both going to go into macro. That's what it looks like right now. Both are trying to kill their bases, and you know, it's looking standard from both players. Stimpack is being started, Marines pumping out. Yeah, factory has been finished. This might go for Widow Mines. Yeah, a Widow Mine drop has become more and more, you know, standard nowadays. Well, not standard, but I've faced it quite a couple of times on ladder, and it's really annoying to deal with if you don't get up that early robo for detection and keep your observers at home. wOrm just keeping his Marines fit, you know, making them work for the money, killing a few rocks in there, and there we see the starport going down. And it looks like it might actually be this kind of Widow Mine Hellion drop, which, you know, we've seen. I saw a Day 9 Daily about it recently as well. Who was it? Some pro player, Morrow used it in the Pro League or GSL or something like that. But alright, back to the game. Observer coming up, that is very good for the winner mines, but I think it's gonna go across the map, so he's not gonna have that at home. And this is the mistake I make a whole lot as well. I just, you know, I don't have any observers at home when I need them. But alright, wOrm is ahead in supply right now, so that is very good. He of course can, you know, builds double SV as well, as the Protoss player is building double probe. So they're both gonna, you know, keep up with their macro. No one's gonna fall behind. Another barracks coming down. 3 barracks right now. Widow mines coming up from the factory. Medevacs from the starport. All looking kind of standard. Widow mines have, you know, they've increased in PvT. Earlier they were only used in CVT, but you know, being more and more heavily used in PvT as well, to deal with the zealots. Most of all, the zealots are light and they take a lot of damage from the window mines as they clump up a lot as well. Now we see the drop moving out, and what does Apt have to stop this? Oh, apparently the medevac stopped on his own. Okay, you might want to time it with a front push. I see now. He wants to come in at the front as well as doing a drop in the back door, and I like this a lot. He can force an overcharge on the natural from the Protoss player, and then while the overcharge has been used at the natural, he's gonna dart in the back. But unfortunately, Apt is already up at 200 energy, so he's gonna afford 2 overcharges anyway. Apt getting an immortal out. Ready for Colossus tech, but now these stocks are already in position. I don't know how much damage this is gonna deal. Not a whole lot, I would suppose. Burrow the widow mines. Now back off. Yeah, good. That is good. Double detonation kills off 2 stalkers, damages a lot of other ones. Photon overcharge coming down, and this army right here is just chilling. Should be moving in, trying to pick off the sentries. Now warping is coming in already. Force fields cutting off this army, and that is not great for wOrm at all. It was a decent engagement. He got a lot of 2. He got 2 stalkers for his effort, and you know, perhaps a few more units down here, but I'm not too sure about that. Just look at the unit lost. Units lost is favoring our Protoss player, but not by a whole lot. Do we see a 3rd base coming down from the Terran player? Yes, we do actually, right there, just as I said it, and that is nice. You want to try to stay ahead of the Protoss player if you can. With your aggression, you can keep your Protoss opponent in his main base. You know, with these drops. Widow mine, are you gonna burrow? Widow mine burrows, and 1 shot. 2 probes, 4 probes. All right. Perhaps you got a few earlier kills, or I just missed it right now. Looked like 2 probes to me. Twilight Council coming down, and a lot of gateways. How many gateways? 5 currently. 5 currently with Robo. Yeah, I guess you can afford that. But with the Twilight, you want to go into plus 2 armor. Remember, as a Protoss player, you want to go for the armor first of all, because the amount of Marines, you know, they don't deal a whole lot of damage. So with the armor, you can reduce that even more. Another drop coming in from wOrm, and I think he's actually seen one of Day 9 dailies, or you know, Maru's GSL run, because this is exactly what Maru tried to do. He tried to drop and keep his opponent busy at all times, and it looks like it's working out for wOrm as well. He's got a lot of supply right now compared to Apt. Apt spots this drop though with the stalker, and wOrm might chill out here, try to, you know, go in later when Apt's forgotten about the attack. Apt's going out there, try to hide a 3rd base. I do not like this. Well, he's not that far behind, so he doesn't have to cut any corners really. If I were him, I would basically kill my 3rd. Put some pylons right over here to try to get some vision over there, so you don't get caught with the Marine Marauder Ball. But yeah, +1/+1 right now for wOrm, and the same upgrades for Apt right now. Blink is almost finished, and that could be quite useful in this upcoming engagement. Medevac coming in right now. A lot of stocks are in position though. Photon overcharge coming down, and that is great. He forced the photon overcharge in the main right now, and that is exactly what you want to do. Now his main army can deal a lot more damage at the natural here. But there are already 2 Colossi in position, and there is quite a small ramp here. You know, it's not the biggest, it's not the smallest either. It's a decent sized ramp, and I'm not too sure if wOrm can break this. Well, The longer he stays, the... Yeah, there we go. He's moving forward right now. Only one medevac in here. I saw Vikings in the production tab and the starport is being added on, so he doesn't have to take this engagement right now. Can perhaps do another drop in here with double medevac with the previous one and, you know, a new one from here, while trying to dart up with some army, try to pick off a couple of Colossus. That is at least what Mara tried to do, try to pick off the Colossi at all times. A Marauder coming in to reinforce. The third base for wOrm is now up and running, and the third base for Apt is not up and running. It is finished, but only one probe right there. Harvesters 58 to 42, and I feel like wOrm is playing this game out a lot better than Apt is. APM, yeah, they're both at around 100, so that is pretty good actually. In platinum, here we go, another drop coming in, 5 Marines this time. Just to force a reaction from the Protoss player, force him to use some APM. That's pretty nice, focusing down the medevac. Oh, 2 Stalkers have fallen right now. 5 Marines still alive. Off. 1 Marine finally falls. Big warping coming in though, trying to pick a piece off. But I feel like that was worth it. Stalkers are quite expensive, and the Marines got a lot of damage dealt. wOrm still trying to look for the third base. I would suppose he is trying to control this area. And if I were, I think it is. If I were wOrm, I'd be wondering what's going on right now, because the third base should have been finished by now. Should have finished. Yeah, should have finished. But it has not, to his knowledge. So he is playing in the dark, sort of. Psionic Storm coming up. I feel like Apt is taking a bit too much for his economy. I don't know how he's supposed to afford all of these heavy gas units. But, whoops. I guess it works out for him. But his third base is so far being fully saturated. So, yeah, I don't know. Just a few mistakes there. I would go down. I would not throw down the... I would not have gone for Blink if I were him, and, you know, a couple of other things. But what do I know? I'm just a diamond who rarely plays at all. Alright, wOrm is still moving around here. It's just 1 medevac. It is 2 now. wOrm, a couple of more medevacs. It's my advice to you. Now we see an engagement coming up. Oh no, wOrm, what are you doing? A move, not a move, just a move command. Picking off 2 High Templars, pretty nice. But he lost a lot of his armor there on that move command. Now the Vikings are going to kill off 1 Colossi, but the Stalkers are able to pick him off freely. The Vikings are not being controlled very well. And yes, still 1 Colossus remaining only. And I think he's gonna get it actually. These 2 Vikings are probably gonna get it. And wOrm is still pushing forth with his mighty Marine Marauder ball. And now see the reinforcements. As you can see, there's a lot more on the production tab for wOrm. 8 Marines at a time, 5 Marauders. I really like Marauder heavy compositions versus Protoss. They are a lot better in my opinion. Because the Marauders are not as juicy as the Marines, of course. So they do not take as much damage versus, you know, Colossi and Psionic Storm and stuff. wOrm still hasn't scattered out this main base from Apt and this expansion. So that might actually pay off for Apt, but he should really go for third base as well. Fourth, really, rather, down here. You know, because wOrm is gonna start wondering soon what the hell's going on. He's gonna start looking around and, you know, really being suspicious about this. For the overcharge coming off, but still no aggressive moves coming from these Marauders. There they go. Getting a pylon probably, and then it's gonna back off. Cute micro. No boost. Oh, he lost it. He actually could have fought those Stalkers with his Marauders. His Marauders deal a lot of damage versus Stalkers. +3/+3 coming in right now. +2 ground weapons for the Protoss player. He has already got 3 armor, so that is very nice. And we do actually see the 4th base coming up. And wOrm has to think to himself that he's way ahead right now, because to him this is the Protoss 3rd base. So he thinks he's way ahead right now. He's actually gonna go ahead and try to punish this 3rd base from the Protoss. As you can see, he's not scattered out the actual 3rd base. But I feel like Apt's army is quite low right now. He's not got that many beefy units, just these zealots. A lot of zealots, but he's got a few high templars as well. Try to hit some storms. We'll see how that works out. And now Apt is gonna spot this army, but it's too late. It's gonna move in, and this fourth base is dead already. Protoss army is moving in. Oh, an interception with the Vikings, very nice. But now he has spotted that there are not a lot of Colossus out, so Ghost production should be starting fairly soon. Yeah, Cloak is already on the way, so that is nice. Let's see if she's gonna try to go for an engagement here. There are a lot of storms available, but there's... yeah, I don't know, he's got a lot of Marauders as well. These Stalkers are falling rapidly to the Marauders, so let's see how this engagement goes. Not the best engagement on the Raptor. The Zealots are in the back. Not dealing any damage at all. Another storm coming down, hitting these medevacs primarily. A lot of high templars falling as they move command into the army. But it looks like Apt is gonna clean up this army from wOrm. Another Colossus reinforcing. Should lift off the Vikings, but you know, it's not a big deal. Saving the medevacs would be great. One gets out alive, I think. Yes, one gets out alive. And our wOrm is not that ahead in supply anymore. But it did kill off that fourth base from the Protoss player, so that is very nice. He has got his fourth established himself already, with a planetary fortress. Turrets coming up, and this is good, just to deny some late game war prism drops or anything like that. Scans being dropped everywhere, trying to look for this expansion. Oh, but he does not spot it. That is very unfortunate. He knows something is up. No way a Protoss can afford, you know, high templars, a colossi, and that many stalkers and just 2 bases. But unfortunately he hasn't spotted this base. If he were to kill this one, the game would be over. He's already won. But I know how hard it can be to find these types of things. 3-3 is finished. Vehicle weapons coming up. I suppose it's for the Vikings to kill off these Colossus a bit faster, but I don't know if it's worth it. High-sec auto tracking, Terran building armor, all these late game upgrades coming in. wOrm is trying to spend his money as good as he can, and I like this a lot. Trying to spend money is always the greatest way to stay ahead in StarCraft 2. But the fourth base from Apt is going to finish this time, I think. No movement out from wOrm. Coming in with another Marauder drop, 4 Marauder hit squad. The photon overcharge is already there. It gets another pylon. Is he gonna lose a Marauder? No, get out of there. Yeah, good. Gets out of range. And these 2 Stalkers, if they try to engage, they are gonna get killed off. wOrm gets out of there with his medevac alive. Now he's trying to scan, trying to find the base. But he still hasn't found it. So look at this vision. He has missed this entire side over here. And that is unfortunately where the base is. Upgrade so complete. Just really unfortunate right now for wOrm. And there's another scan going down. Nope, not spawning it this time either. Where was that scan? Somewhere, I'm not sure. Here it was. If I were wOrm, I would send out, you know, 1 Marine and just shift click a lot of places. Try to go look for that base. But, you know, I know it's hard to do in the heat of the moment, so to speak. Not building anything right now, unfortunately for wOrm. No Marauders, no Marines Marauders rather. Vikings coming in, and nuclear missile getting researched. Neo steel frame, I think that is for the bunkers, isn't that right? Increase the cargo space of bunkers, yeah. Now the same Marauder drop coming in, trying to get us Robo. Marauder still so much damage with the +3. I think it's 20 versus 26 versus armored. Yeah. A Colossus falls. That is very nice for wOrm. He does not want to fight into those Colossi rather. And now the army from Apt isn't looking that beefy at all. He's got a lot of storms available though. And let's see what wOrm can make happen here. He's got a lot of ghosts for EMPs over the entire army. And the EMP is extremely good versus Protoss. The shields are a major armor and major, you know, no, not armor. They are giving the Protoss HP basically. And if you manage to EMP the entire army, which is gonna do right now, oh, this is so good for him. This is so annoying as a Protoss player. Now he's just gonna go in and I feel like he's gonna slaughter this army. There's no storm, no, I don't know. But this Marine Marauder ball isn't that great though. It's not that huge. I know we got one Marauder. Trying to do some kiting here. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. And the Protoss player gets quite a good concave. The wOrm is so ahead in supply right now. I don't know if Apt can hold on for much longer. But there we go. The Protoss army manages to clean up the Terran army. The Vikings trying to land, but they are not that great on foot. The Ghosts running out of cloak and dying. Trying to focus that one stock, not gonna get it. They do have one nuke, but now they're gonna run out of cloak, and boom, a 2-kill Ghost, and bye bye. Double Marauder production coming out right now. 3 planetary fortresses, wow. wOrm does not want to die. That's just the way it is. He is turtling up as good as he can. He's got 2 Ghosts in a bunker. I don't know about that. Ghosts are quite expensive, and you want to use them to, you know, the fullest ability. And yeah, I don't know what the word is. What the fuck. All right. I don't know what wOrm is trying to do here with this SV. Probably do some scouting, but he isn't that great at this work, to be honest. Just chilling here behind the cliff. All right, back into the game. The Protoss player is now moving out, and this could get quite dicey for wOrm. He hasn't got that much army. To be honest, this is all he's got. But he's got a lot of planetaries though, so he's probably gonna be fine. These planetary fortresses have the plus 2 extra armor, so they're at 5 armor right now, which is pretty insane. And wOrm has spotted this army from the Protoss player. So let's see what Apt can make happen here. But nothing so far. He's just gonna chill here. Whoops. A War Prism coming in to warp in reinforcements. Warping for reinforcements on the front line. That's, yeah. Okay, let's go. It's gonna catch a lot of Marines here. This is good. wOrm, nope, you cannot escape. You can't leave. Yeah. You see the cloak coming in. Oh, so many ghosts. He gets the MP off on High Templars. That is so good. But there is no way Apt is gonna break this anyway. There is no way. These planetaries deal 40 damage in splash, and they have the high-sec auto tracking as well with the long range. This is just not gonna work out. One planetary falls though. The second one is getting quite low, but now the third one is kicking in, flexing its muscles, and Apt has to get out of there. wOrm is ahead by about 30 supply right now. And I don't know where his supply is really. Armor supply, he's ahead in his armor supply, but I don't know where his arm is. He's purely making ghosts almost. And don't you think I missed that wOrm? I saw your fusion core. Where is it? Where is your fusion core? There it is. It's battlecruiser time. Yeah, I like battlecruisers. They are not being used a whole lot nowadays, but when we see them, oh my god, they are so good. Okay, they aren't great, but they are so cool at least. Can Apt take down this planetary? I'm not too sure about it. Well, wOrm is not gonna help out. Yeah, he's gonna. And the planetary is going to survive if he decides to repair it. He really should repair it. No. Okay. We are not going to repair that planetary. And Apt is actually, you know, getting some map control right now. He has got 5th base up. Which, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. wOrm has already had for quite some time. Units lost is actually quite similar. Spending a lot more has been spent on the economy for wOrm. I think, yeah, he's okay. Okay, his obstacle count is actually quite good. I thought I thought he had a bit too many SVs, but it's looking all right. A lot of ghosts dropping EMPs everywhere, but this army isn't that huge from wOrm, and his ghosts are dying. A nuclear missile incoming. And is this nuke going to hit anything? The ghost at least is going to die, but it should get out of there right now. Yeah. So now taking a pause in the engagement, the ghost dies. So sad. We gonna miss you. Nice physics from How to Swarm, to be honest. One of the greatest additions Blizzard made with the entire game. But this is quite funky. wOrm still hasn't spotted this base from Apt. The only spot on the map he has not scattered out. Now battlecruisers are making the way onto the map. They have +3 attack and +2 armor, so they are going to deal a lot of damage. And Apt has not scouted this. He's making double colossus right now. And now, no, okay, that was 10 player scan, of course. And that is not what you want versus the battlecruisers. Storm is good, feedback is good, stalkers are decent. Void rays and tempests, you know, there are a lot of counters to them. But Apt just isn't. He isn't using them because he hasn't spotted the battlecruisers. Units right now, how many battlecruisers are on the map? 5 currently, 3 more on the way, and that is very good. Oh, sorry about that. 9 marines as well coming up. Durable materials, COVID reactor, all these Raven upgrades, and now wOrm spots this expansion. Oh, that was when it's almost mined out. 430 minerals, 170. Not a whole lot left. Gas is almost depleted as well. So let's see what's going to happen right now. Oh no, these battlecruisers are gonna get caught off guard. Do they have Yamato cannon? I think they do, but they do not have the energy for it, especially not now with the feedbacks. These battlecruisers are actually holding their own quite decently as they're very well upgraded. 4 remaining right now from the 5 original. 1 falls, another one might fall, but no, wOrm is just gonna crush this army from Apt. Base getting harassed here at his 3rd base. I don't know if he had any SCVs left there because it was already mined out. So let's look at the harvest count. 68. Lost a few, but he's got a lot of mules by now, so shouldn't be any worries. A probe here trying to kill off this SCV. He is going to get it, as to what it looks like. It's not going to finish, or is it? The probe has got so great armor, this SCV, I forgot about that. It is going to finish this base, and that is insane. +3 armor, doing his thing, and the probe it only deals 2 damage at a time. Quite insane. It's gonna fool it, trick it down to the planetary, and boom, the probe is gone. wOrm is now at 178 supply, and I feel like he should be able to crush Apt by now. He's expanding everywhere. And wOrm, you don't really have to. You know, just put all your money into army instead, and you're gonna be just fine. To be honest, try to harass a bit more, I would say. But try to drop here, not just the main base all the time. Drop his expansions to try to limit his income. That's what I would do, I think. Probably I wouldn't be able to because I'm so bad with Terran, but I would try at least. Now see the ghosts coming in. It should be EMPs. No, they're just moving in. EMPs now then. Nope. Vikings landing. PDD coming up. That is very good for all these stalker shots. And I think the battlecruisers are going to win this fight. Not a whole lot of stalkers remaining, and these are going to die. Boom. Apt is now ahead by about 100 supply. No, wOrm rather is ahead by 100 supply. And I don't know what Apt can do here. They both have very good upgrades, but battlecruisers are battlecruisers. We have to remember that. They are very strong. They deal 9 damage and they fire so quickly. It's 0.23. That is very fast. 2 battlecruisers coming in still. 1 banshee as well. I don't know if that was a misclick or something. This base is going to fall from Apt. For Apt, I don't know. And this game should be over by now. I don't know how Apt can hold on anymore. His income, he's got quite a lot of minerals, but his income is, you know, half of wOrm's, and now wOrm is gonna move in, picking off all the pylons. The mudship core might get a full nova charge off. Nope, Yamato is gonna end that. Boom. And Apt should just tap out right now. He's trying to harass over here. These turrets are creating quite a nice wall, and the planetary is dealing with this easily with that plus extra armor. And Apt I'm sorry, it's all over. Protoss brethren, and he just leaves. He doesn't even GG. That is always great to see. No, you wanna GG. That's nice of you to GG. But anyway, wOrm, nice game from you. It's really unfortunate that you didn't scout out his third base. But otherwise, I feel like it was a good game, and I don't know what tips I can give you. Perhaps try to do some more harassment when you spot his third base, or his fourth base rather. Try to harass around a bit and be more active on the map, and don't overproduce your ghost. You don't need that many really. But I guess that's it. Cool transition into battlecruisers. I like it, and I hope you submit more games. It was awesome. All right, see you.